So how this is gonna work is we're gonna watch the trailer all the way through together, and we'll kind of do use this as like an audio sound check as well, and then we're gonna go back to the beginning of the trailer. And we're gonna go like every few seconds we'll pause it and we'll talk about what's on the screen, etc., and what I think it means. And then if you guys want to leave feedback in chat, we can do that as well. Yeah, I have some thoughts on this image. We'll go over there, go over that in a minute. Audio good? Can't hear the video. Bring it up a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's bring this. It's just the date after that. So let's bring this back to the beginning here. So things I'm noticing here. These look like, to me, this is like an upside down eye, lens of truth. So it's that Sheikah eye. So I'm torn whether this is actually a member of the Sheikah tribe, or if the Sheikah have taken this symbol from this character and adapted to it. I'm also noticing that the character's hair here it's got this. I think this is just the art style, where they just do this little curly Q thing. So Sheikah eye here, and this curly Q thing, we'll actually see some more of that later on in the trailer, and I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, we've never actually seen what Hylia looks like. We've seen, again, the art style where they do the little block curly Q thing here. We've got, it looks like, I'm just gonna call them good guys and bad guys for now, because we don't know if these are Hylians or if these are pre-Hylians. But we've got, it looks like they're all wearing the same armor. They're actually, it's like just a copied character over and over. And we've got a character here that's dead that I'm gonna call the good guys. Obviously we've got moblins and bokoblins. And it looks like, yeah, I'm guessing this red is indicating malice, because it's the same color as the malice we see in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, the statues, yeah, the goddess statues are the closest image to Hylia, but we don't even know if that's, it's like let's say we made an image of God, like we made a statue that was supposed to represent the Christian God. You know, we don't know what he looks like. They might not know. They might treat Hylia in the same sense. They don't know what she looks like. Although if you go back in time, like when they talk in Skyward Sword, the precursor to Skyward Sword, they do mention that Hylia fought alongside. You know, and maybe that's what we're referencing here. Hylia fought alongside the inhabitants of the time to fight off Demise's forces before she gave up her body and basically set up the whole motion thing with Zelda being Hylia incarnate or whatever. So this might actually reference that time, and maybe you are right. Maybe that statue or that figure in the beginning is the Hylia that they know. So maybe that statue does represent closely what Hylia looks like. Moving on. So So yeah, anyway, Malice, Bokoblins, these are the fighting forces of the time. And I'm curious if I can zoom in on this shield here. So I'm not sure if this almost looks like, you know, it looks very much like, okay. So if you look at, okay, so if you look at the shield behind me, the red part of the shield, and maybe I should pull up a picture of the Hylian Shield. The red part's like a bird wing with the talons on the bottom. This kind of looks like it's meant to depict that right there. And maybe this is a precursor to the Hylian crest. Might be something like the Sacred Shield line from Skyward Sword. Something like the Sacred Shield line from Skyward Sword. Huh. That's an option as well. Other than that, the Bokoblins and the Moblins, they just, other than the new horns, they look pretty much like you would expect them to. Okay, we're gonna let this go all the way up here and pause right there. Alright, so we know that there are 7 symbols here floating around her head. We'll get to those in a minute. So it looks like, first off, she's floating on a platform. Or maybe she's not floating. Maybe this is like a throne. Or maybe this isn't even a she. Maybe this is a he. I don't know. But again, the Sheikah Eye. So one of the things that this reminds me of, if you remember the Spirit Temple in Ocarina of Time, there's that big statue in the middle where she's got her hands outstretched. One hand has the Triforce. I think one hand has the Triforce symbol. The other one ends up spawning in a chest. So if you're familiar with Ocarina of Time, this pose reminds me of that. And I don't remember in Ocarina of Time if they stated the goddess. It's the goddess of the sand. Is that what they call that? Now, is there any reference that could be that goddess of the sand could actually be Hylia? I mean, this is a very like traditional, like, I think Buddhist pose. Maybe not Buddhist. Maybe it is Buddha. I don't know. But you see this type of pose in a lot of religious symbols. Yeah. Now I know people have already talked about. Well, we'll get to that in a second. So this looks like it might be a throne or a floating, like maybe it's part of the floating island. Maybe this person, this figure, if it's Hylia, is on a floating island in the air, or I don't know. There's so many things you could pull from this. One thing I want to talk about is these 7 symbols. I mean, it's the same symbol repeated. The number 7 has a lot of implications, or a lot of references in Zelda. So obviously, big one is the 7 sages. Then there's like the seven heroines from Breath of the Wild, which this is what I think this is actually going to reference. Here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is going to represent the 7 heroines from Breath of the Wild. So if you remember, that's in the Gerudo area out in the desert. I think I'm going to say that these symbols here are placeholders, and they're overlapping the artwork that's actually supposed to be there, but they didn't want to show that because then they would click. If you remember doing the 7 heroine quest, each of the statues had their own little symbol, and I think the official artwork, or the artwork when we get to the game, you're going to see that these. This is speculation. I think these are going to be replaced with the 7 symbols that you see on the goddess statues, or on the heroine statues. That's just. This is probably out there. I don't. It's just something I was thinking about when I first saw this. I was like, okay, this is representing temples or the 7 sages. But I do have a feeling that this is not final. This whole thing with the ears, I don't know if that's just because Hylians obviously have the ears, have the pointy ears. Also reminds you of the Kokiri symbol. Yeah, so that's the green emerald symbol from Ocarina of Time, and it shows up in a couple other games as well. But yeah, or it looks kind of like the amber symbol in Skyward Sword. So those pieces of amber that in the original version you got told what it was every time you picked it up. Yeah. Now I'm gonna say that just by the way this stuff here, these parts here are depicted, that this is all her hair. These are all just strands of hair. She's got really long hair. But it could be like a flowing robe, but I'm just going to say, because we're going to see later that the other figures that we see, also their hair does this little curl thing at the end. And she's got bracers on, or bracelets, or whatever you want to call these. No, I wouldn't say gauntlets. But this is kind of awkward. What about the owl? So when you say the owl, are you talking about Gabora Kapora? Like, the owl has those, I don't know if you want to call them eyebrows, but he's got the big things coming off above his eyes, and they do make kind of the same. They do make kind of the same shape, but now this is interesting. I didn't notice this till just now. This looks like, this is almost like a mask, because you got two eyes here, a mouth, and then arms or ears. So, and I'm just thinking Majora's Mask now, where you had like the bunny hood, but yeah, I mean, interesting. I didn't notice that until I was looking at it closer. This looks like a face. This headpiece above her eyes looks like a face, and that just might be how the symmetry works on this artwork. But but the ears could just be Hylian ears. Necklace. I don't know anything else about this artwork here to really make a judgment. But yeah, again, 7 sages, 7 temples, 7 tiers. There's a lot going on here. I still think it's the 7 heroines. I think we're going to see some more backstory to why there are 7 statues out in the desert. Maybe with earrings or something? Could be. Yeah, because there's these 2 little... anyway, moving on. Let's see what the next frames bring us. Okay, we're going to stop here. Now, we see the Sheikah Eye again. There's speculations that this is Princess Zelda, and that this is when she's falling. I don't think she looks like she's falling. So, when you fall, your core, like let's say you're skydiving or whatever, or you fall backwards from a long height, your arms and legs and your head don't go down first. Your body goes down first. This still could be Zelda, but I don't think this is her falling. This may be her laid. The other thing is it could be Ganon, or Ganondorf when he's laying. So when you watch that first trailer and the hands on him, or we don't even know for sure if that's Ganondorf, but it to me it screams Ganondorf. But his arms hanging down and his hair's all flowing and his legs are hunched over like this as well. So this could be Ganondorf or it could be Zelda, but I don't think, if it's Zelda, I don't think it's her falling. And I'm not really sold on Zelda having the eyes like this either. But then when we see this, there's a figure later on in the trailer that matches this pretty much head on, and it looks like it could be Zelda. So I'm kind of torn on this part. I mean, this could be like Ganondorf's cape. Yeah, the pose is wrong for falling. You said the ears are wrong for Ganondorf. Oh yeah. So this is the ear right here. Yeah. Okay. I mean, could be Zelda. Now, would this be like a crown right here, or is it just part of her hair? This little part above her eyes. Okay, so this is like a tiara, I think. Yeah, this is most likely Princess Zelda. Now, I mean, this hair matches the same hair we saw in the last. Actually, I'm gonna look at her chest piece here. So this chest piece, let's compare that to the previous piece here. Okay, so it's more of a rectangular piece here with this little. Let's just call this a heart symbol right here because this looks like a heart symbol. All right, let's go back. Go ahead, move further. And we could just be seeing the side of it, like a bustier or something. Maybe the figure's getting a ritual performed on. Possibly. Seems like they're a headpiece we haven't seen before. Dress isn't something we've seen either. Friend just throwing me off. Okay. Alright, so yeah, this is obviously the same character we see in the other screen. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of the eyes Princess Zelda having the upside down Sheikah eye. But I don't know. We'll have to dig in on that one. Now, this is doing some kind of handcuffing motion with another character, which we'll see at the end. It looks very similar to the big character we saw with the 7 Sibyls. Oh my gosh, I didn't see any of this writing over here till just now. Now, this does not look like any of the Zelda writing I'm used to seeing. So it doesn't look like Hylian, like Hylian text or anything. This might be. Feel like the hand linked with Link. Hand linked with Link is Zelda. The symbol above them will tell what the scene is depicting. I think it reads vertically, so yeah, that makes sense. Reading vertically as well. Up, down, and then left to right. Huh. I wonder if anybody else has done anything about these symbols or knows what they are. I'm really gonna be curious as to what these mean here. This looks like the Ouroboros dragon symbol, but it's reversed. So, in the title screen, you got the head eating the tail. Actually, let's see if I can do this. Like this. But the door here has the heads meeting and the tails meeting. This might be the start of the game, or it could be exiting a temple to exiting like one of the temples to go out into the world again. Alright, so this is not the same. This is not the same cape that you can buy from that hood. It might be the same hooded cape. Hold on. Alright, so this is actually an Etsy, but it's pretty accurate. So that does look like it could be the same cape. The same hooded cape. Okay. But, alright, here we go. This shield is new. But I think that we've seen this shield in the previous hold on, let's maximize this. I think we've seen this shield in the previous trailers. Wait, I showed my real life name. Yeah, I don't care. Most people in this chat know my real life name. And you do too, Tits. These dragons mirror like how the Kokiri symbols mirror above Zelda on the carvings. I'm guessing there'll be a duality between worlds, maybe past and present. Like a Link to the Past. Okay, so this shield. This shield design it still reminds me of the Eye of Vati. And you don't see Vati but in like Minish Cap and the Four Swords games. But this looks so much like the Eye of Vati. And when you fight Vati at the end of Minish Cap, he's got these tendrils too that you end up fighting as well. So this is telling me Eye of Vati. Yeah, there's a better picture of the shield. And let me see if I can actually find images. That could work. Actually, we've got two images I want to show you. Okay. So there's this one. So you can see it's got these two little things that uplift, and you see one on each side, and then kind of this like crowning figure, which I don't know. This is like obviously more like a colorized version, but this just tells me this is the Eye of Vati. Let me find the other image I just saw. Now, this one, hold on. Oh, this went to the Zelda archive. I didn't actually pull up the picture like I wanted to. All right, let's do it this way. So this one actually looks, the Eye of Vati looks like the Lens of Truth. And to me, we don't see the Lens of Truth till Ocarina of Time, and Minish Cap comes before Ocarina of Time. I've always speculated that the Eye of Vati was like a precursor to the Sheikahs in some way, and this might be the link to it. And the shield might help link that as well. I mean, oh, and look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triangles, or almost like 7 pieces of the Triforce. Now, in Zelda 1 and Wind Waker, they broke the Triforce into several pieces, but it was always 8 pieces. And it was the Triforce of Wisdom that was broken up. Breath of the Wild hasn't really been given a timeline place yet. There's references to all 3 timelines, with the rock salt being the Wind Waker timeline. Actually, Zelda gives a speech in one of the memories where she talks about all 3 timelines as well. So there's speculation that's part of a unified timeline, but we might also see that Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is a direct sequel, but there might be some time travel involved, and we might actually see how it unifies the 3 timelines. So, we've got unfortunately, we're probably going to have to wait unless they release more trailers, like a story trailer, which if they do, I don't think that'll be till probably March. Now, I don't know if this is the sun hitting the Ouroboros or if this is actually lighting up now that it opens. Alright, same run. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So, we've got the Champions Tunic still. This is obviously after the arm thing happens, because his arm is all jacked up. March suddenly feels so far away. So here. Now here, this is 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's these 6 vials. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 vials here. It looks like he's got 4 of them. So this is probably not the beginning of the game. I'm wondering if... See, 6 is a big number as well. So maybe these are the tiers. So we're gathering tiers. Maybe we're gathering 6 tiers. And then that opens up the 7th one, which would make the 7 heroines. We count as 8. How are you counting 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 2. These are lined up in the middle compared to these other 4. Do you think there's 2 more on the other side, and it's just we gotta... Hold on, let's advance it by 1 frame. I think I can do that. I'm still only counting 6. Oh, we almost have a good picture of the top of his hand, but not quite. Set to 0.25 speed. Oh, I think... Playback speed. There we go. Good call, Pancake. Okay. So we already know, based on the previous trailer, that the back of his hand lights up when he grabs, when he does things. We should probably pull that up at some point and kind of cross-reference it. One thing I want to say about this is, now there's speculation that there could be 2 different Links here, the one wearing the Champions Tunic and the one that's there's definitely a Twilight Princess Tears callback. Yeah, I don't know, they look like vials. They could be energy vials too, so like a magic, like similar to the magic meter. Maybe he uses up a vial when he does certain moves, and he has to replenish his magic. Anyway, I kind of want to make a note about this Link compared to the Link we see that where his hair's longer and flowing. I think it's like a meter from a Link Between Worlds. Gotcha. Plasma grenades. So I don't think we have 2 Links here. I think it's the same Link, because if you look at both of them, their arms look the same in both. But what I want to bring up is, like, in Breath of the Wild, like when you put on the Barbarian outfit, or when you put on the Sheikah outfit, like Link's hair goes up in a bun. I think they're intentionally tricking us. So they're just showing 2 outfits from the game, and it just happens that when he's wearing the other outfit, he takes his hair out of his ponytail. But they're trying to get us to think like Nintendo's trixies. But I think it's the same Link. I don't think we're dealing with 2 timelines, or if we're dealing with 2 timelines, it's the same Link in both timelines. Tricktendo. Yeah, and that's the thing, is when you see him in the Barbarian, you don't ever see... Well, actually, I think you might in this one. Hold on. Oh, there's a better picture of the shield. It's a lot bigger picture anyway, but this still tells me Ayavati. Oh, what do we got going on here? Another floating island. Not much, really. Okay, here we go. More floating islands. Lots of trees. I'm not really seeing this. This is something here, but I need a better picture. Okay. This looks like it's a palace, or not a palace, like maybe a dungeon. Like you can see it off in the distance. Like maybe that's a destination. I think we see this in another trailer too. Same Link, but double timeline seems very like. Maybe we get to retrace the ancient hero's path. Possibly. But yeah, again, I don't think we're dealing with 2 Links. Like we originally thought in after watching previous trailers. Oh my gosh. gosh, look at this. Look at all these islands opening up. Now, this picture makes all the islands seem really close together. Maybe this is just a little cluster, but... only thing I'm glad of the release date is that I can play Hogwarts Legacy before and not at the same time. What if we explored what happens those 100 years when he was sleeping? I don't think so. I don't think so. Because people would remember floating islands, and you'd hear about it in the current timeline with Breath of the Wild. Oh, there were islands that suddenly aren't there anymore. Okay, so nothing different there. That's a Skyward... That is a Skyward Sword dive. Waiting for him to call us Loftwing. Okay. The way this island almost has a... What do I want to say? It's like... It's almost like a root or a core. It reminds me of... You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Cloud City in Star Wars. Like an antenna receiver. Hermamurph! Welcome in, Raiders! We're doing a Tears of the Kingdom trailer breakdown. They were last playing Hollow Knight. Nice. I'm not still listed as playing Hollow Knight, am I? Because I was playing Hollow Knight the other day. I just want to make sure. I thought I switched it to just chatting. I did. Okay. Alright, cool. I just want to make sure you didn't raid me because you thought I was playing Hollow Knight. Because I'm definitely not playing Hollow Knight. Alright, so nothing new here. It's just him leaving the island. Okay. This is awesome. Okay, so this looks... Oh my gosh. So there is, I can never remember the name of the place in Breath of the Wild. It's a place that's always thunder and lightning. The rainforest area. Gosh. Why am I... But there's actually... So there is actually a Korok seed in one of these where you grab a ball and chain drop in the middle here. Faron. Yes, thank you, Faron. So this looks like it's the Faron waterfall where that Korok seed is. Because you got the 4 pedestals. So... Showing reverse stasis, yes. So, that's what I think this is. So I think Link's going to have an ability to take an object. It has to be an object. And make it go back in time. So like we've seen in the first trailer where the spike ball's coming down the hill and he just reversed it and it goes back and hits the enemies. I think this block probably fell from the sky and he's sending it back up along the path that it came down, the exact path. Yeah, the Zonai ruins in Faron, yes. Lots of Zonai references. I think like a lot of this artwork is Zonai. I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I also have some theories that the Zonai are like precursors to like the Sheikah. But then again, Vati, the whole Vati eye could be a precursor to the Sheikah as well. Alright, let's keep it moving. So yeah, there he goes. Yes, Faron. So I think the tower would have been somewhere over here because we got a bunch of the hardy durians that grow up on this top ledge. And yeah, more of these floating sky islands. Elevator. Now I'm curious what is keeping these islands afloat. Yeah, so we're going along the path. Now, I'm wondering if we can stop it anywhere. Oh, hold on. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Oh, that's lightning. Okay. So this reminds me of Thunderhead from Skyward Sword. Yeah, so we got lightning over here, but I saw that and it flickered, and I had to go back and look at it. But so if you guys remember from Skyward Sword, Thunderhead was that area that we had to use the we had to do that, solve that puzzle to point the lighthouse from Skyloft at Thunderhead to make an opening. Lots of underground. Oh ho! Yeah, so I think it's going to be. This is going to be an area we unlock later in the game after we. I think Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a lot more linear than Breath of the Wild. We're going to have the open world on the ground, but the sky. I think we're going to open up the sky more and more as we learn new abilities and complete dungeons. Oh, shoot. I forgot Pancake hasn't played Skyward Sword yet. And then we got a bunch of these other islands here. I think... Hold on, this... Oh. Alright. So we got a flying bird here. It almost looks like a dragon, but I think it looks more like looks more like an enemy that we see in Skyward Sword, by the way. There's these birds in the city in not the city in sky. No, that was Twilight Princess. Yeah, Twilight Princess. There's those birds in the city in the sky that look like dragons, but they attack you. This kind of looks like them. But it does look like it has dragon wings. But the dragons from the Zelda timeline that are called dragons are more lizard shaped. So you've got different cultures, portray dragons differently. Yeah, Twilight Princess birds. So I don't think that's a dragon. This would be more like a Game of Thrones dragon as opposed to like a Japanese dragon, like the dragons. The 3 that are in Breath of the Wild. Okay. Alright, so this is obviously a floating island. I'm gonna tell you what I think here. I think this is the Lost Woods. I think the Deku Tree is up in the air. Now, it doesn't look like he can climb. Link can climb on these parts, so he's actually having to climb the roots of the tree. I don't know if this is the Deku Tree or if it's just a random tree. But yeah, I think this is actually the Lost Woods, judging by how cloudy and dark this area is with all the trees. And actually, so you see all these little sparky things floating around? It's kind of like the clouds that you see, the cloud and fog you see in the Lost Woods and Breath of the Wild. Weak younger Lost Twin, yes. So I think we're gonna see a much younger Deku Tree. Oh, and we get to see. Yeah, I'm just saying younger because this weapon is a bone. But I mean, then you think about it. Then you have the bone weapons from like the Stalfos, like the different, like the dead moblins and whatnot. Yeah, I think VTech. I think we got a few years on VTech. But yeah, I 100% think that this is the Lost Woods. Let's move on. We do have some water flowing over here. But I mean, that's not uncommon. I mean, the islands in Skyward Sword had waterfalls as well. Okay. Couple things here. Death Mountain Castle, which means you see this. Oh, hold on. Let me think about this. We don't see Lost Woods over here. So the Lost Woods would be when you're at the castle, looking at Death Mountain. So Death Mountain. The Lost Woods would be over here. You still have this great divide between Hyrule and the rest of the world, but yeah, the Lost Woods would be around here, and you don't see any Lost Woods. You do see what looks like Malice coming out of Death Mountain. You got Malice coming out from Hyrule Castle here. And then we got some other random little islands floating around here. This looks like a top spinner over here. Lost Woods is lost, yes. Let's see. This island here looks like it's some kind of key. Like the way the island is ripped apart. I mean, it looks more like a puzzle piece than what would happen if you just ripped a piece of ground up, like a piece of grass or something out of the ground, or a clump of dirt. It looks very, very puzzle shaped. And back to the Skyward Sword pose and falling. This is how you fall. See how your core body is here and your limbs are behind you, not slumped down in front of you? Okay, here we go. Oh, look at this. That is a huge landmass right up there. So this would be about... Oh my gosh. Is that Zora's Domain? Because Mount Lanayru would be over here. And we don't see Zora's Domain at all. I bet this piece that comes down... So you know that big statue where the king is in Breath of the Wild? I bet, like, if this island were to shift down, this would, like, take this piece here and shift it up. I bet that's a statue where the king sits in Zora's Domain. And this is Zora's Domain here lifted up in the air. You guys seeing that? How I'm seeing that, or no? And then you got all these little different... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What if... Look at these little islands here. What if we end up getting the double claw shot again? And you can claw shot from this dot here. Can you guys see my mouse cursor? From here to here to here to here, and you can double claw shot it through these islands. Just like you do in that final fight, or in the City in the Clouds from Twilight Princess. People, you know, people wanted, they said Breath of the Wild was lacking a hook shot. Want to claw shot a bird and fly around on it. Yeah. But like, when you were claw shotting the pea hats and floating, that's what this looks like here. Of course, it's really far away, so when you get closer, I'm sure it's bigger. But that's just a thought. What if we end up with claw shots? That would be freaking awesome, because double claw shot was actually better, in my opinion, was better than just a hook shot. Now this looks like... Hold on, is this a stable, or is this looks like that tower in the middle of that like pit of dark goo, the one that had all the wizards going around it. I wish I can get this. Oh, here we go. But I don't see any other towers, so I don't think that's going to be the case. Maybe this is a outpost, one of the horse outposts. Oh, look at this. Oh, Oh, we've got some of those lit up. Hold on. I'm gonna shrink the YouTube video and zoom in on that. So 1 second, guys. Let's see, it's right about there. Right about there. Right about there. Almost. Let's do that a little bit more. Look at this. Look at this design here. Can we zoom in on that anymore? I want to see if we can magnify that. It's just too blurry. Does that look like anything to you guys? It almost looks like... I said it almost looks like a bird. Like, so... This would be the beak, and then we've got wings up here. Look how big my mouse pointer is. Like, this would be the talons. Beak. Wings. I don't know. I don't know. But let's do the same thing. Let's do the same thing with that outpost. So shrink this down. This is really awkward to do it this way on stream. I'm sorry, guys. There's just no better way to zoom in from a streaming point of view. Oh, we've got a ways to go. I got to shrink this really low. Sorry for the black screen, guys. Okay, so that's good. That's good. That's good. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Yeah, I still can't tell. Yeah, there are a few more in the trailer. That's why I didn't notice this one before until I'm watching it in full screen. Yeah, it's some kind of tower, but I don't think it's not one of the Sheikah towers. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Anything else we need to zoom in on? I don't think so. Yeah, I think... Hold on, I reversed that picture. 1 second, guys. It's like that's... Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. Let me do something real quick. Problem with having a webcam is that you can't see what I was talking about when I said this looks like Zora's Domain. This looks like Zora's Domain right here. Yeah, Cassie, that's exactly what I just said. The tower with the electric wizards. But yeah, so I think this island up here is Zora's Domain. And I don't know what these other islands are. Did you guys see when I was talking about the hook shot that I'm pointing at these islands here? You probably can't even see them without me zooming in. Depending on how big of a screen you're watching me on. I mean, I could probably break it down a little bit more. But I'm gonna lock my camera where it's at. But yeah, so it almost looks like I said you could double claw shot between these. So then you got this area here. I still don't see any. I don't see any lost woods. I think that was the that tree we were climbing on earlier was a route from one of the Lost Woods. There's a lot of islands up here as well. Unless those are clouds. Those might be clouds. Because that's actually beyond the normal border of Breath of the Wild. Because that'd be way past the outer border section. The Tingle Islands, yeah, so that could be, because there's 4 of them. There's Ankle, David, Tingle, and I don't know what the other one is. But yeah, there's 4 Tingle Islands. That could be what those are. Just outside of Akala. No, I don't think it's gonna be Great Plateau either. We might actually start. I don't know. I haven't the slightest clue, because you're almost led to believe that first trailer that they're under the castle. They're looking at caverns under the castle, and that's where they find Ganondorf, which is why the castle rises. But they're trailers. They're totally going to be misleading. They're not going to tell you everything. All right, let's move on. There's a lot to digest in this picture. You want to start in Hyrule Town, in Castle Town? Okay. Look at this crater here. Hold on. Does this fit here? Is this Castletown? Hold on. All right, we've seen this. Everyone's seen this thing. I'm trying to find Dueling Peaks, the mountains. Do we see Dueling Peak Mountains at all? Because if we think that's... Because now this looks like the Gerudo Highlands. Back it up. Too far. Right there. I don't see the Dueling Peak Mountains. Carlos, welcome in, buddy. What if... Hold on. He's wearing the... Which tunic is he wearing in this? He's wearing the Champions Tunic, right? Huh. Yeah. I don't see Dueling Peak Mountains at all. So what if this is before the mountain cracked? So what if we are way back in time? Because that mountain cracked and the river came through it. What if this is Dueling Peak right here? Yeah, because obviously Death Mountain there, so this is Western Hyrule, and this would be Eastern Hyrule over here. Mountain cracked when the dragon went through. Maybe we get to see that happen. How cool would that be? Or maybe it's just so foggy over there we don't see it. We don't see the Dueling Peaks. Oh! What's up, Josh? Juicy lips. So yeah, we're missing Dueling Peaks. But yeah, I definitely think this up here is Zora's Domain. What's going on, dude? We're doing a trailer breakdown for the latest Zelda trailer that just launched earlier this week. I like the game, Kaler. Now the map looks like real world cartography. Yeah. The rider that goes through Dueling Peaks in Breath of the Wild, but we still see, yeah, you still see the mountain. So I'm wondering, but if this is Zora's Domain, that would actually be further here if this is the Dueling Peaks mountain. But you also see that hold on, because if this is Hyrule, obviously that's Hyrule Castle. This would be the Hyrule Field. Kakariko Village would be over here as well. But was Kakariko Village established before the Calamity? Or was that established during that 100 years when Link was sleeping? Because you had to cross over mountains to get to Kakariko Village. Interesting. Carlos, you've watched myself, Kaylor, and initial play that part of the map. Oh, the Dueling Peaks? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see the Dueling Peak mounts at all. And we pan all the way across to where we're seeing... Okay, so this isn't actually the Gerudo Highlands. This is the border along... Wait. Where's Lake Hylia? Let's back it up. Back it up a second. I don't see Lake Hylia either. Unless this is Lake Hylia over here in the fog. Because this mountain range with the snow on it looks like it would be the separation between the south middle section of the map and the desert. Yeah, I think we're... I don't know, man. Like, you don't see the Great Plateau either. Or maybe it's before there was erosion and pushed it up. So I definitely think we're in the past. We are way far in the past. Now this glider, though... Alright, hold on. Are we seeing the Lake Hylia? If an entire magic forest can disappear, so can two halves of the mountain. Yes, very true. Yeah, this is the separation. So it looks like right through here is that path you walk. Well, maybe not. So there's that path you walk to get into the desert, and then you have the Gerudo Highlands to the right, and that other little set of peaks where that one little hut with the snowball shrine is, where you gotta make the snowball fly off and hit the side of the rock. But then again, I don't see the two there, because there's two rocks up here, where Bon Naboris sits, and then the other one where the tower is. I don't see where those are either. Okay, and then we have another set of this green. Now this looks like the Princess Zelda we see, or who we think is Princess Zelda that we've seen in the beginning of the trailer, because it's got the same eyes and the same flowing hair. I have seen a little bit of spoilers on this where they take this image and flip it upside down, and you can see the eyes, the Sheikah ears. The thing that bothers me is, look at how giant this freaking hand is compared to her body. It's like you got these little spindly arm, and then you got this giant 4-knuckle hand that's just huge. Hold on, let's advance a little further. Yeah, there might be a lake here. There might be a lake here. It's just covered in fog. The ocean's out here, so... Oh, hold on. This is that mushroom area. So that means that the lake would actually be way over here. Just left of where my mouse pointer is, which is under my picture. There is a Link here. He's on a glider. Yes. Link is on a glider. What? Okay, so you want to talk about the glider, Ketsy? Yes. Let's back it up. Well, actually, no. Let's... Right there. Okay. So this glider has, this circle piece that looks like. This makes me think of so you know when you get on the Divine Beast and you have that circle that you can pour it in on, this kind of makes me think about that. And I think it's funny that he landed right dead center in the glider. I think this was like a predestined path. Like maybe the gliders are like a transport system or something. Yeah, the teleport circle. Thank you. Now here's something interesting. So the Great Tabantha Bridge is still here along the bottom. So hopefully, if this is way in the past, they've repaired that bridge multiple times because that wood would be old as shit. But you still got the windmills here. So maybe we're not in the like those windmills would be deteriorated and broken down unless somebody's been doing regular maintenance on them over the past 10,000 years or whatever it is, whatever the time difference is. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting change. I think even the ground is going to have a lot of differences. I mean, first off, you're going to have broken pieces of the ground that are up in the air. The circle locks onto Link's Sheikah Slate, and that way it put itself below Link. Possibly. So yeah, well, except for Link doesn't have the Sheikah Slate. You don't see that on his belt at all. Tabantha Stable. Am I not seeing it? Oh, right. No, that's not the stable. Oh, look at there's this little green glowing swirly right there. Hold on. It's under the YouTube bar, right where my mouse is. So it looks like okay, so that first trailer when Ganondorf's body is being held down by the arm and there's that green symbols, Sheikah symbols. That's what that looks like. It's a swirly that looks like it's like a tornado shape going down. Here, can I hide this? No, I can't. Okay, I don't want the details. I want the scroll bar to go away. All right, how do I hide that? All right, let's back it up a frame. Yeah, it's still under the YouTube bar. Right, okay. That's a little bit better. Actually, hold on. Is that where... Hold on. Is this the mountain where... Oh, God. What is it? The king of the mountain... That ghost like elk thing that... Is that? Shot in the dark, but what if... Tears of the Kingdom is a breakdown in space-time continuum. There are so many different things happening. Time has crashed, and we're seeing Hyrule in different times from different eras. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's craziness. I'm gonna have to find. You know what? No, that's not the same spot. I'm gonna have to find where this location is here is in Breath of the Wild and see if I can match it up. Alright, so then we... Oh, yeah, but Ketsu, you want to talk about this glider bird. I'm wondering if the glider bird, like Carlos said, it's part of a travel system that's like predetermined. Like, I don't think... Because there's no controls on this. Unless Link controls it with his new space arm. But I think either that or it's a placeholder and that's a Loftwing. They're putting this here instead of a Loftwing. I don't think we're gonna see Loftwings. It was just Just a thought. And okay, so I think actually that mountain quest is over here. I'm gonna have to study that side of the map again. Where's Senior Lady when you need her? She'd know for sure. Kayla's seen Vadi Breath of the Wild had references to every timeline. The glider may be a modern callback to Loftwing's models. I've played so many Zelda games. It's like, I think there's a Talus on the plateau, the one with the gems. The one with the gems. Alright, hold on. Let's back it up. Or are you talking, there's a Talus in the original Breath of the, or the current Breath of the Wild? Oh, maybe. And you think those are gems like the luminous stones? And then you go to the Ouroboros symbol. Okay, so I'm just gonna look here. Okay, this eye looks different from these dragons. Look different. Even if you flipped them. All right, so let's say this is the eye, this is the mouth. This jawline circles around in an over-under fashion. If this was flipped around, oh wait, hold on. No, that does the same thing with the jawline, but the eyes look different. So these are not the same two dragons. Yeah, the logo definitely screams Zonai. I think my dog needs to go outside. He's up at the top of the gate, like, growling. 1 second. We're gonna come right back to this. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Somebody remind me in like 10 minutes to go check on my dog. I just don't want him out there barking. So then we got these dragons on this Ouroboros that look different from each other. Oh, look at this. Could this be writing symbols, or are they just part of the scales of the dragon? So you look at the tail end, it looks like it's writing. Kind of like how we saw in the beginning of the trailer. And we have the logo. And here's where we get another, what reminds me of Twilight Princess. This looks like the Twilight sword. Or like the way Twilight Princess does things with the green and the black. Hold on. 1 second. Yeah, we're getting the sword out. Okay. Look at the symbol where the Triforce normally is on the sword. That's not a Triforce. Ketsy! Alright. Alright. Take a quick look at that. And then... So this... Let me see if I can get it. That's what the symbol looks like. That's what the symbol... I'm really close to Mike. Sorry, guys. This is what the symbol looks like. It's a Triforce with a... Like a... If you were to flip it the other way, which might be better. It's a Triforce with like... inside of like a stand. That's what the actual Master Sword symbol looks like. It doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like that in this logo. That doesn't look like the Actually, you know what? It looks like a faded Triforce. There's the top. Well, that looks more like a diamond than a Triforce. This almost looks like the 3 prongs of the Sheikah Eye. Yeah, so the initial like when you see the Sheikah Eye drawn out, like not the actual Sheikah Eye, it almost looks like a 3-point talon from claws from a bird, and that's kind of what this looks like in the sword. That's neat. And again, behind this, you have that symbol for... Let me back it up a frame. Yeah, I guess the logo's there. You can't really tell. Calamity is corrosive. Yeah. So this looks like the same ears from that person at the start of the trailer. And it's doing that cupping motion where the 2 hands are doing this. And that there's what we think is Princess Zelda. So that's... And then we have the symbol above actually shows 2 opposing of those like Kokiri symbols. 6, 7. It's a reference to the 8th Sage. No. Yeah, Nintendo did a good job teasing us and not giving us much information, but a lot of pictures to make us speculate.